All right, last time, and I hope we won't get interrupted, last time we were talking about the paradox of free choice. Today we're going to talk about the paradox of too much information, which is a similar thing. Another, that feeling of regret and that we missing out or missing opportunities comes to us all the time, every day, mainly because of the excess information that technology and internet and so on and so forth is providing us. If you're going to talk to one of those telemarketers, it says, hello, this is so-and-so, do you have a PC? You're noticing it slowly in your PC. He's calling me for India, right? I said, no, I don't have a PC. Well, maybe you have an Apple. I said, I don't have an Apple, I have oranges. No, do you have a computer? No, I don't have a computer. Why not? I don't need it. What can it be? I don't need a computer. The people will freak out. I mean, it used to be when you tell people, I don't have a TV. What do you mean you don't have a TV? I don't have a TV. Really? How do you keep updated with what is out there in the world? Why should I keep updated with what is happening out there in the world? I don't pick my stocks based of the trends of the market. If I want to pick a stock, I'm going to do my own research to pick the stock. I mean, anything that happened in, I don't know what, in Chernobyl or whatever, what has to do with me? Is there anything I can do about what happens in the world? Is anybody asking my opinion to whatever happens in the world? So why should I be so obsessed with it? I don't get my information from there. If I want to get an information, I'll take something and I'll read. I'll do my own research. But it's being bombarded to you all the time. It used to be, you used to get the information from a radio. Well, you can't carry a radio, so, then you had a TV. You want to watch the news, you go to TV. So you go to work, you have time off from that, you go to work. You have a TV, you watch TV at home. Then it used to be that you check stuff on the computer. But, when you log into the computer, those modems that you used to have, so everybody would see that you're going, what's on your work? You do your work. Now, now it's on your laptop, on your telephone, everywhere. You're going to go everywhere you have the information with you. Too much information is horrific because when we lived in Israel, when you used to have one channel TV, and I'm not saying that that's what we should do, but one channel TV, you set that and you watch your X amount of hours of TV, and that's it. When they start to have two channels, it was, maybe there's something better on that channel. Then people start to have, and it's funny, you see people have, they flip between commercials to this, to that. Then they have a split screen TV. Then they record stuff from shows. Let's say I'm watching, I don't know what I'm watching. Baseball game. I don't watch baseball game. Let's say that's a football game. Okay, I'm watching a football game. Okay, the Jets are losing again. It's okay. But I'm still watching the thing. All right, terrific. Meanwhile, they're having give me a active TV series, something good.
Family Guy.
What? Not Family Guy. Okay, what? Family Guy. Okay, Family Guy is on the other channel, and Blacklist on this channel, and CSI Downtown Detroit is on the other channel. So, God forbid I'm going to miss that. So I'm going to record those things for. And you feel like let's say I'm watching it's a great game. The Jets are finally losing only by 1 point. We're doing terrific. So I'm feeling great, but I'm still having a great missing opportunity. I'm missing out something. Maybe I don't know. In the Blacklist, find out who is the woman's father. I'm missing that, but I can't switch that because I'm gonna miss the Jet. I'm always going with a feeling that I'm missing out. I'm always missing out something, and it's horrendous. And of course, when I'm feeling I'm missing out, there's no. It is guaranteed that I'm going to get disappointed. So I'm living my life always disappointing. So now, all it is that I have to do now, in order to make like a real cocktail of a disaster, a recipe for disaster. And again, this is not a No, it's a recipe. It's an appetite for disaster. That's Guns N' Roses, but that's a recipe for disaster, which you call your life. So if you take it all the hundreds of choices that you make throughout the day, and then after you made your choices, the hundreds of disappointments that you have from the choices that you made every single day, the result equals a complete dissatisfaction from the way you live your life. Why? Because when everything is possible, you don't increase your happiness level. Okay? You're not increasing the happiness. But what you are doing is you're decreasing your satisfaction. You have more chances for you to get disappointed, dissatisfied from everything that is out there. And you could see it in the way you go to college. You know, what do you want to be? I don't know. I want to be in the octopus's garden in the shade, under the sea. I don't know, under the sea, right? What do I want to be in college? You can do whatever you want. You could be, if you make it, of course, you could become a brain surgeon. You could become a, Chinese literature expert. You could become a nutritionist. You could become engineer for elevators. I don't know. You could become a nail salon producer. I don't know. Whatever you want to become, you can become. What happens? Most people go to college, and they make some kind of a choice, and then they get disappointed of that because that's not what they really wanted to do. Instead of learning how to make goat cheese and to become a farmer for goat cheese, I became a food doctor or gastroenterologist. And then I'm like convinced and trying to convince myself, why do I need to go to a fellowship or something that I really don't want to do? I'm going to drive myself crazy. I'm already in the mud, so let's completely swallow ourselves in the mud. So let me go to a gastroenterologist internship that's going to be another 4 years down the tube, right? Down the pipe, as they say. So I'll be completely dissatisfied with my life, and I'm never going to say, wait, no. Okay, so I went into this field. Now I'm doing damage assessment. It was not my top priority in life. I enjoy medicine, but now I see that it's not really for me. But I have a lot of debt and I have a lot of other obligations, so let me try to minimize the damage, minimize the effect of dissatisfaction that I have from this field, and let me try on the side increase my satisfaction to balance it out. If you can be brave and just throw it all out, so at least try to minimize the damage. So let's say, for example, you like to make goat cheese. Start experimenting, making cheese at home. I don't eat cheese, lactose intolerance, par excellence. It's like I'm the master of that. So, but if you want to make goat cheese, start making cheese at home. Start taking some practice things. There's plenty of YouTubes and plenty of books, and I can send you newsletters if you want on how to make cheese. Get some books and learn how to make cheese at home. So now you have, and you're going to tell me, what, that's what's going to make it? Yes, that's what's going to make it. Because I'm dedicating a certain corner in my life for a feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment. Yes, if one can tell me, what, making cheese? Yeah, if that's what I is, yes, making cheese. Or let's say, for example, I don't know, I became an engineer or I became a lawyer. Right? And I really didn't want to do that. I really want to become a farmer. I should have been a cowboy, but but that's a Toby Keith song. But I really want to become a farmer. Okay? But I didn't. I became a lawyer. So let me turn my garden, instead of having grass there. I'm not a buffalo. I'm not going to be eating grass. So let me turn it into a garden. There's a guy in where we live, a few houses down. I was walking down to his house, down the street. I was looking at his garden. I was so impressed at the vegetable garden that he has there. And he's not a young guy. But what a vegetable garden. Peppers and eggplants and tomatoes and zucchinis and squashes. And whoa, it was a beautiful sight. Much more beautiful than seeing grass. with fertilizer. So let's say, for example, you became a doctor or a lawyer, and you really didn't want to do that. So now that you realize that, don't increase your dissatisfaction in life. Try to create pockets of satisfaction in your life that will give your life a little better meaning. But most people don't do that. They go in this unbroken chain. It's a beautiful song, by the way. You know the song Unbroken Chain? You don't know this song?
I don't think so.
It's from it's by the Righteous Brothers. You don't know this song, Unbroken Chain? Anybody knows this song? Oh my love. Yeah. From a movie, you know. From a movie, you know. It's from Ghost.
Unchained Melody,
Yes, yeah. That's from Ghost, you know. Why are you watching this movie anyway? You like Whoopi Goldberg. It's an old lady, you know. Boris, I'm very surprised. You're a young guy. Anyway. You understand what I'm saying? Increase your happiness, but don't keep on. It's like snowballing yourself. You becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then that little snowball becomes an avalanche in your life, and you can't take it anymore. And then you just throw everything behind, or you just bury yourself completely in it, and you become a very bitter and angry person. It all comes from those mistakes that you make, or those mistakes that you make. So you have to understand it. It's a horrible thing. So let's say, for example, so when you have so much information, right? You have so much information, you feel that you have to expose yourself to this information. So you're spending a lot of time in the hands of somebody else. You have to sit down and you're very passive in your life. You think you're active. You think you are a go-getter. You go get nothing. You are not a go-getter. You are a very passive person that's being fed all the time, whatever somebody else's agenda is. So you have to so-called to go through this, to the TV and to the internet. You have to keep up to date. You have to keep up to date until the point you're really missing out the real thing. You're missing out, for example, your children growing. Really, what does it have to do with you, unless you're making a trip to Turkey, that somebody blew himself up in Turkey? Let the Turks deal with it. What do I have to do with this? I mean, it increases my level of fear, and I don't want to live through fear. It's terrible to live through fear. And if you're not going to, and you don't, and by the way, that's also the danger of being obsessed with all these things, that you never have a mental feeling of satisfaction. You feel like, and that you can only get here when you learn Torah and you had a chidush and you feel something. Like yesterday we were going, when we were dealing with this whole question with the Kohen and so on and so forth. You should have seen your faces. Like, you were happy. It's a mental rush. You don't need drugs when you do that. So you're not satisfied with this because you have to keep up all the time and you have to cramp on tests. And do you understand what I'm saying? It's terrible. And when you don't do this, you're always feeling that you're missing something. You're missing something that increases your dissatisfaction. So now a person needs to understand that happiness is a warm gun. Who sings that?
Beatles.
The Beatles. Very good. From which album?
Number 5. Mm-hmm. White.
Very good. Yoavi, you are amazing. Very good, Yoav. So happiness is a feeling that expresses the current mental state of a person that is derived with satisfaction and pleasure. And the biggest pleasure that a person can receive is from self-fulfillment. Not by self-fulfillment, not physical things, self-fulfillment. Philosopher thinks, for example, that the reason why man is in this world is really to find happiness or to find God. And that's in terms of that. That's what we are looking for. Because God is the ultimate good. You can't be disappointed with God. But even through the secular world, the philosopher says you have to look for happiness, search for happiness. In Judaism, Judaism regards to life with happiness, chaim besimcha, as a superior notion. Ivdu et Hashem besimcha. In other words, the commandment to do the mitzvot is with joy. And when we have the klalot, the curses, is because leman kilo avat et Hashem lokecha besimcha ubetuv levav. You weren't happy. You're doing the mitzvot. You did all the mitzvot, and the curses came upon you because you did the mitzvot and you weren't happy. Ivdu Hashem besimcha is a tremendous thing, but Judaism also makes a differentiation between living life of a bum, of getting drunk and parties and all these things, and downtown Miami, right, and going to all these places, and that's not joy. In Hebrew we call it holelut. Holel is a party animal, right? And so on and so on, to bend to real joy, internal simcha, internal joy, and things that really give a person true internal joy. Really have to do with his ability of the person to reach self-satisfaction and internal peace, or as they call it in India, shanti. Yeshiva da'at, we call it. I'm reaching a certain internal harmony, and we are not internally harmonized. You think that you can buy your internal harmony with having money. I'll have a lot of money, I'll be okay. But that is not the case, because that is as a result of the fear that was implanted in you of not having money. So you're living your life out of a negative trend of having money and chasing and thinking that money will make you happy. If this is your goal, you're never going to reach your goal, because there's never going to be enough money for you, because you're going to increase your lifestyle. From Brooklyn, you went to Great Neck. From Great Neck, where are you going to go? To the moon, to Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, 905, 906, 13, I don't know, whatever, You're going to go there, and from there it's not good enough. You're going to move to Punta Cana, and it's not good enough. It's never going to be good enough. It's never going to be good enough. I met a person, I don't know, in his early 80s, okay? He had a lot of money. He had, I don't know, maybe something like $40 million. It's a lot of money. Living the life of rich and very rich and famous. Old guy, like this. Smelling like mothballs already. Puts a lot of deodorant, but it's okay. Somehow lost a lot of his money. And when he was left with something like $10, $15 million, he's petrified. He's petrified. So what are you so afraid? To meet my lifestyle. What lifestyle? You're 80 years old. What lifestyle? Why are you afraid? Give me that, it will be enough for me to live the rest of my life. I'll give my kids also, but I don't need so much money. You're thinking wrong. You're making your decisions out of fear, not out of happiness. You are not doing yourself a favor. You are killing yourselves. All the decisions that you made are all fear-based, not happiness-based. Where is your self-satisfaction? Tell me something that gave you satisfaction. Do not tell me that learning organic chemistry for the MCAT will give you this kind of satisfaction. It won't. Or checking prostates all day long. That's not give you internal happiness. Hey, doctor. But that's exactly what it is. None of your decisions are happy, based on happiness. They're all fear-based, not happiness-based. And if you have a sensation of missing out, you're always missing out and always regret that you are experiencing throughout the day because of these multiple choices that you have, because of multiple options that you have, and lack of ability to make the proper decision, you get blinded by the sparkle of choices, and you think you're having great. You are not. Because when you were way back then, when you had to get up in the morning, there's a beautiful song that I love. It's a good song by Luke Bryan, right? And how does it go? Hunting, fishing, loving every day, right? If you had to live for your survival, but you know exactly what you got to do in the morning. You got to go, you got to bring them food, you got to work the land, you got to do this, you got to do that. There's not much options. And eventually you got something to eat. You feel happy, you feel satisfied. So the more you have, the less you have. Less what? Less satisfaction, less happiness. The more headache. Chazal told us about that, something very important. Marbe nechasim, marbe de'aga. The more possession, the more you worry about. Yesterday I had a plate at home that committed suicide. I had a plate that committed suicide. It's a very beautiful Japanese plate. I have to say it's a beautiful Japanese plate. It's the shape of a fogo fish, that fish, the puffer fish. And I had it for about 23, 24 years. The plate committed suicide. It was standing in the thing, all of a sudden it fell. I don't know why, and fell, opened the door of the cabinet and fell and cracked. So whoever was in my house said, if you feel really sad, I said, why? Yeah, rock. But it's a beautiful plate, Okay, so, it died, I'll get another one. It's no big deal. I get a different plate. When things like this happen, okay, good to go, yalla. But when you live your life, it's like, more possession, more. When you are so possessive, when you want to have more of this and more of this and more of that, it shows an internal process is happening in you. It shows weakness and dissatisfaction with what you have. Because if a person is really happy, he doesn't need more. Well, Hashem, I have what I have. I don't need more. It's okay. And that's true to your possessions. That's true to your relationship with your wife. If you are married and you look at other women, you're not happy with what you have. Why aren't you happy with what you have? Because you made wrong decisions. Because you didn't really marry the girl you want to marry. You want to marry somebody else. However, her father is rich. She's, and so on and so forth. You didn't make the right decisions. You're a fear-based decision maker, not happiness decision maker. So when you do so, all these decisions, are any of your decisions give you eternal peace, give you shanti, give you this Yeshiva da'at? Does it give it to you? It doesn't. So how you want to be peaceful? Because I'm in a peaceful, easy feeling, things like that. The Eagles. Anyway. So many of us make really thousands of wrong decisions throughout our days, throughout our lives, and it doesn't give us, of course, internal fulfillment, and therefore it's not surprising that from the age of 20 and on, the level of self-satisfaction and happiness is on a sharp decline. That's because of that. Unfortunately, nobody's teaching you that. Because I think that, people don't have the tools to understand that we're not taught, and yet they don't want to admit that. So have a nice day and make good decisions.